what really gets developed here is Coach and Tammy's like relationship and their dynamic and who they are and the way they talk to each other. And you said it the other day, like, man, I want to. There's so many times in my marriage where I'm like, can I like Coach and Tammy this somehow? Like, can we like, find a way to be like, oh, right, that doesn't matter. We'll laugh about it.
Got to get a big wine glass. Yeah. That's the first step.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was. It's not only about. It's not only football. It is about Coach and Tammy for you this episode.
For me, what was episode. It? Yeah, I just, I think it's such an important, like you're saying, it really is one of the most pivotal things. And again, talking about Jason Katims and the worlds that are, that he's worked in and creates, there's sort of the way that that a marriage is portrayed in this show, I think to me was really inspirational and hopeful because I never was somebody who grew up like wanting to be married, and it wasn't about like I want there to be no problems and no fighting and no this and no that. It was like, I grew up in a house where it was like communication. That's what matters. Communication, and trust and communication. And so I think for me, like it was almost like watching my fairy tale of a relationship come true because it was like based around trust and honesty and communicating openly and transparency. And I feel like that is so often, we're sort of hit with this trope of a relationship being kind of this perfect thing and you never fight and you never disagree and you never this. And it's, that's kind of what is shoved down our throats. And I think to me, it was so beautiful and so commanding the way that they were able to be completely honest and transparent, but also completely present for each other and show up for each other and so supportive. The way that it's
supportive and showing up by calling each other out.
Yes.
Too. I mean, I haven't found a chance to call Tammy out yet. I don't think there ever is one in the show. No. However, when she's like saying I got a job at the school, he's like, what school? She says the high school. He's like, my school? She goes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had bought it.
That entire scene, which takes place at Applebee's, one of 3 scenes that takes place at Applebee's.
Was a sponsor for Friday Night Lights.
Not
Friday
yet.
Night Lights. Clearly, it wasn't.
We're going to get Applebee's.
We don't need it.
We don't need it.
The fact that they got Brad Leland to say, okay, everybody stop sharing those nuggets of football wisdom and let Coach Taylor finish his riblets.
Jesus.
The fact that riblets is like
that's
in the show.
That's verbatim what I said to you at the restaurant when we first met, right? Something about riblets, I think.
But that scene is so brilliant because watching them is like watching like a martial art. I don't know, like the way they dance around each other. Everything is so subtle and so hilarious all at the same time. Like when you first see them, the AC has gone out. He's out there. He's like burned his finger. She's on the phone talking about Rice Krispie treats because she got tricked into going to the book club, which ended up being like a bunch of like other wives who are all boosters and are now asking for their son to get playing time through the coach's wife. It's like she's gotten trapped into a bunch of stuff that she's not happy doing. And they have these like back and forth moments where she's like, I think it's time I get a job. And he's like, oh, right now you're going to do this right now. We're going to have this conversation. I'm going to practice and you're going to, and then later on she's like, I got a job. And he's like, oh, you did. When were we going to have that consultation that we were supposed to have? Hello. He answers the phone. It's just like those little moments.
And it's not precious. That's the thing I love too. They sass each other. They rib each other. They're funny. The banter is there. And that's such a gift too, to not see them like walking on eggshells and whatever else. They can just be each other's.
And I think that's what we say is like what we want. Like you want to be able to like just call your partner out on stuff. And that's what they do. And it's like so healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.